Hi everyone, this is a very exciting evening or day or wherever you are in the world. Um, this is a collaboration between Jump Movement and the Female Wave of Change to have at least 100 women, wherever you are in the world, to make this jump. You know, for Female Wave of Change, it's the Economic Empowerment Month. And it's a month that we really feel like anything that we can do and that we can contribute to have women take the next step that would really, that would already be something. It starts with the first, and from there it's expanding. It's that ripple effect that we can create all over the world. So very excited to do that with Ineke, and she's the expert, of course. So she's going to do all the talking. But I would like to explain, well, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Ingun. I'm the founder of Female Wave of Change and board member. I have another board member, Ineke. She's online. And Marta, I see Marta. Marta is one of our wave makers, member of our inner circle, doing a lot of work for us. So really happy to see her. But when did I meet Ineke? That was. She's smiling. Oh, that was 7 years ago. It's, things happen. I was preparing myself for the first ever women events that I was organizing because, I didn't come from that women network. I was an engineer, had an IT background. I did my company, built it with men. And then someone asked me, can you do something for the 100 International Women's Day? And I was like, whoa, gosh, I don't know any women. Crazy response, and especially if you look at what the situation is right now, it changed. But we started organizing something, and in the beginning of 2011, it's 7 years ago, 2011, Ineke called me, and she said, well, you don't know me, but I have this great new concept, and I think I should be one of the speakers on March 8th. And I thought, well, who is this? And Ineke came to our event, and she was, that was really successful with the Jump movement. And I think it was only a couple of months that you started, since you started, the Jump movement. And she did that event, and then we had the Global Women's Summit in the Netherlands, and you were there as a speaker. You had an award. That was really great. And then we said, okay, let's go to Los Angeles together for this global, the Global Women's Summit from the same organization. And I went as an organizer, and Ineke went as one of our speakers. And I think it was one of the first very international stages that you got for Jump Movement. And from there, it really started and expanding. And right now, there are so many, well, I would like to say women, but so many men and women who have done their job, their jump, and I'm really excited about it. So when we had our Economic Empowerment Month, Jump Movement for now, we are global partners, Jump Movement and Female Wave of Change. And of course, I thought, well, there has to be this jump in this month of economic empowerment. So, Ineke, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ingun. I am so privileged to be here again, because my heart always goes out for women, because I'm a woman and I have been there wherever. I mean, I've been in my life in situations like you all. So that is why I always emphasize on activities for women. And I am so happy that Female Wave of Change and Jump Movement, we found each other. And of course, Ingun, we have a really deep connection already for 7 years, and we always support each other. And I think that is one of the big successes that women can take in their account when they support other women. I mean, we have to work hard. Of course, men always also have to do that, but when women do not support each other, you get lonely, and you need the support. So I always do that. So thank you for inviting me, and thank you for inviting Jump Movement for this great opportunity in the month of November, because economic empowerment for women, that is a very important thing. I have a daughter, she's almost 28. She's now in Colombia traveling around with her cousin, which is very interesting. And I just had her on the phone. It is always so interesting. The kids always have a crisis when you don't have time. Same thing here. She said, "Oh, Mom, I need to talk to you because stuff happened today." So I just had a call with her, and she's doing great. But with her, she's also an entrepreneur like me. And we have these cool conversations on entrepreneurship, on how to do your assignments, on how to do your proposals, on what is your worth and your self-worth, and how does that reflect you, and how does that reflect your market. That is amazing. This woman is really taking it to a very cool level. She's also working in Jump Movement. She's doing our marketing and communication. So all the cool marketing that you see is mostly done by my daughter. So I'm really proud of that. And now for this month, I have to do it alone. No, I have other people, but still. And talking to women about economic empowerment is really important. And why did we create this evening, and why do we as Jump Movement contribute to this month? Well, actually that question is very easy to answer, because Jump Movement is a conversation method that enables you to sit down, connect, reflect, share, and decide. These are 5 really great tools that you need for yourself to explore the field of economic empowerment for you. Because economical empowerment for women, that's nice, but this time it's about economic empowerment for you. Yes, you. This is all about you. So the jump that you are going to take, and I'll get into that in a minute, will have a topic, and it will say, my economic empowerment. How do you think? What do you think of that? Because that takes you right to the point where it's all about. I mean, we can talk about women in general, but let's talk about us. Now, for the last week, I think Ingun and I, we have been marketing this month and the Jump Movement in the collaboration. And we invited women, and we have about 30 already. And this number can, well, we'd love to have at least 102. I mean, 100 is cool, but 102 is actually more, I think, more cool. So we want to have at least 102 women in pairs to have the conversation around their economic empowerment. And you can do that by using the Jump Movement method. Now, today is all about giving you a little instruction on how it works. It's very easy. The moment you register yourself to join in with one other woman somewhere around the world, because I'm going to pair you up with someone, the moment you signed up with your email address, you could do it either in the comments below, or you could write info@femalewave.change.org. info@femalewave.com. It will be down here. I mean, I'm not saying it correctly, but it will be here. Send an email, put your email address, and we'll send you an email and a connection with one other woman. You also will get the Jump Movement script. It's just like this one-pager, and it has everything in it that you need. For the gadget freaks, we also have an app. So you could go to your App Store or the Play Store and just download the Jump Movement app, because there also the script is. Or some people have it, this is brand new in the store, the Jump Movement app, script, and it's being designed in a really cool manner because it's unfoldable. It's foldable, and then you can write down your answers for later to save it. I love this. It's in our shop, but you don't really need it. This is also good, and you get it in the email. Now, so what you need is a number of things. You need one other woman. I cover that. I connect you. So that's good. Then you need the script. So I give you the options. Downloadable PDF, you have it in your mail. App, you have it in the App Store or the Play Store. Or for the quickies, we have it. But that takes some time to send it by the post. So that's what you have. And then you have to have a time frame in which you can do the jump. Now, that is something you plan with your jump partner. So you have both your emails. Just send each other an email and say, okay, what's your schedule? When does it work for you? I'm trying to mix up women from all kinds of parts of the world. So I know already that a few women from the Netherlands are connected to women from Africa or Australia or the UK. I know I'm always looking at names and seeing where are the coolest connections. So the moment you got your email, and you can still register, you can keep registering because we want to have a lot of women joining us. So the moment you see this movie, keep registering yourself and join in to have the conversation where you can explore your own economic empowerment. Now, the moment you have the script, the moment you have your jump movement partner, and the moment you have your date, then you're on. It takes about maximum 20 minutes. So that is what you need to schedule, 20 minutes. What is happening in the jump movement session? You get to see 7 questions. They're marked here in red, step 1 up to step 7. And actually, the only thing that you do is read what it says and do it. So you read all the steps aloud. The instructions, I read them now, so it's a little bit helpful. When you read them again, you recognize it. There are 7 steps to be taken. Each group member, and you are in pairs, has the same amount of time. Use the timer on your phone. Really easy. It's like the Indians use the talking stick. Online, that's a bit difficult. So we use the iPhone timer or the smartphone timer. All group members are equal in this process, so everybody joins. And no one is actually the trainer or the coach or the therapist or whatever. Follow each step exactly as it is read aloud by one of you. You could also alternate reading the steps, which is also cool because then you have both same job to do. Give your full attention to each person and each contribution. Show that you're interested in each other and let yourself be inspired by one another. That means actually, so for example, when Ingun and me would do the jump, I would state the question and then one of us would start. So for example, Ingun would say, I'd like to start. Then I would, one of us is the timer, I would press the timer on my phone in 2 minutes or 3 or 4, whatever you decide on. You can decide that in front. So let's say 2 minutes. So I'll put the timer on and Ingun starts talking. She has the whole 2 minutes for herself. I'm not reacting. There's no reaction. I'm just listening. That on its own is already magical. Because when we listen to someone else, suddenly we hear ourselves. It's very interesting what happens when you decide not to interfere or interrupt. Just listen. Listen up to the alarm sounds, and then it's your turn. It's really easy. We have maximum of 6. You could also invite some friends. You could also do it with 6 people online. Just find yourselves, you could do it on Skype, or nowadays WhatsApp even has multiple user interface. So it's really easy. But let's say start with 2. Second round, go with some other else. Yeah, this is actually it. The timer is really important. Use the amount of time that you get offered. Don't bother with the other. Just give yourself the answers that come up to you. And the theme is all the steps you do towards my economic empowerment. Let's see what that brings us. Are there any questions for now? if you have questions, it's also good to write them below, because we will keep watching this movie, and every time there is a question, I will get back to you and answer it. So it's actually a very simple process that you can just use for your own benefit and for your own good, and to connect to another woman somewhere in the world.
Ineke, I have a question. Yeah. Can you just give us, for teaching purposes, can you give us a short example of the things that you've witnessed with a jump, or a nice story that you would like to share? Hey, this is what we achieved, or just to make it a little bit tangible.
Yeah. So actually, the jump conversation is a way to reflect on your own process. And by sharing that process of your own, you enlighten yourself. You found out things for yourself, but you also, by sharing it to another woman, you reveal something of yourself. The moment we all know that, there's a lot of things going on in our minds all the time. I mean, my head is always like on. The moment I verbalize things that are in my mind or in my system that are maybe not that fully grasped yet, the moment it is out, it starts creating. So, for example, there is this question, the second question in the jump concept, and it's called, where are you proud of? Share your success. Where are you proud of? I will read it out so you can see what the question is. Celebrate your success in relation to my economic empowerment. I will give an example. Share a personal success with us. Something that you are proud of. Something you have achieved on your own accord. It may be something small or perhaps large. Success calls for applause. So for that reason, everyone will be applauded after sharing his or her success. Now, in this case, it's of course her success. So what are you proud of right now? Now, I'll take the turn, 2 minutes. I'll set the timer. I'll just do it. Where am I proud of in relation to economic empowerment? Oh, I know. I'm so proud of the situation that I had when I was 23 and I was on welfare because I was just divorced. It was a really tough time for me. Just divorced, I had my baby, he was 2, and I had to go on welfare and have support from the government. And that really felt so bad for me. And then in the next year of the first year of my unemployment benefits, I decided I want to go and study because I want to be independent. So I moved the world to get myself into college and get myself started off in the studies. And I fixed it, I made it, and after 3 years, I was totally out of the social benefits and standing on my own 2 feet. And that was for me the ladder, the economic ladder that I recognized, and I was on the first step on the ladder. That's something I am really proud of.
I can imagine.
Now you can applaud for me.
It's good. Wow. So this means, Ineke, that you should be pretty open, or prepare to be quite open and quite vulnerable, or just sharing with maybe an unknown person.
Yeah. It's not that you should, it's actually that it happens. I encounter a lot of people in businesses and in all kinds of situations that they think, oh, I'm not opening up here. Now, the real jump takes place on the inside. The moment someone is open, and there is always someone opening up, everybody opens up, even if it's only on the inside. I always want to emphasize on the possibility to not open. It's allowed to not open yourself. Because you have a reason. If you don't want to, you have a reason. Because it's maybe not safe enough, or you had experiences that really hurt you. Please be careful with yourself. But I know, and that's because after 100,000 participants, I know that it's very difficult not to open in a jump conversation. But still, I know what you mean. It can be exciting and a bit vulnerable feeling. That's okay.
Thanks. That's good input. I think also for the viewers. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for your question. That's really helpful.
I remember, Ineke, that when you do a jump, you also have a set of rules to really create that safe space. That's very important.
Yeah. Also, that is something that you just read out in this first step. The first step is called the promise, and it contains 3 promises that we give to each other. And the first one is, I postpone my judgment about myself and the other. Because if you postpone your judgment, what happens is that you keep looking, you keep exploring. The moment you judge, the moment I judge, I stop looking. So postpone your judgment. And the second is, I promise to support myself and the other in the group, in the steps we want to take. So it's really cool to feel that you've been supported and that you support yourself. That's, of course, the first thing. And the third is that everything is said during this conversation stays between you. So that safeguards, well, the limits of a safe space. That's important. And that's step 1. Now there's another step I want to emphasize on. That is the 5th step. And that step is very interesting because when you do a jump physically, when you sit down with someone in real life, this jump is easy. So for example, again, I'm doing the jump with Ingun and she's sitting here. So imagine here, Ingun. We have the same red color, so we could match perfect. So Ingun is sitting next to me, and then step 5 comes. So I'll read it out and I'll explain a bit how it works. It's called change and listen, or it's also tips and advice. Now you will become your right-hand neighbor. Now, of course, online, when I do the jump with someone in Australia, she's not my right-hand neighbor, she's my opposite neighbor from really far. But still, you change, you become the other person. Take his or her place and give yourself the best possible advice while being the other person. Begin your sentence with my name is, and then the other person's name, and my advice to myself is, and then it comes. Once again, the other members will not comment at all. Just listen. When everyone has had his or her turn, we return to our place. So Ingun is here, I am here, we change places. So I start talking. So in real life, I would sit here and she would sit there. But online, we just imagine that. I imagine that I am in her room. And my first sentence would be, my name is Ingun. And being Ingun, is this the tip I have for me being Ingun? So I speak as if I'm Ingun, and I am her. I feel where she is at. And Ingun does the same. She becomes Ineke. You understand? So this is a step. Please do not think about this too long, because then it becomes complicated. You can do it. Begin your first sentence with my name is, and then it comes the name of the other person, and it comes out because you already are so nicely connected at that point. So don't worry, everybody can do this. I have had 100,000 people doing the jump, and I think 2 people couldn't make it. So that's a low average, huh? Is that a bit clear?
Yes, and is it to gain a more free mind, or is it to gain the advice you give to the other?
It has a few reasons why I do it like this, because giving direct advice, so when I would give you a direct advice saying, Marta, what you need to do is this and this, then it's really hard for the other one to hear that. Huh? Because immediately something happens to the other person. And especially when they didn't ask for the advice. That is really, that is imposed. Yeah. So the moment you would ask for help and saying, Ineke, do you have an advice for me? You are more open, but that doesn't happen as much as we in normal life. So see, when you share all your answers, there comes this point that you are a bit curious on how does the other person perceive me. we really have a longing for feedback that is in our system. We have a longing for attention, but also a longing for feedback. So the need for feedback is like structured in this way. It's more indirect.
Okay.
The moment you would say, I am Ineke, and giving the advice that you have for yourself being Ineke. In this way, I can easily listen to you saying, oh, that's interesting what she's saying. I think I will take that with me. Or, oh, that's not mine, that's hers. So it's more open.
Mm.
And we really want to have feedback. That is also natural.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. I'm gonna try.
Yeah. That's cool.
I have my partner already. I have a mail already.
I don't know now by heart with who, but I think you have a nice international partner.
I have no clue, but I will send her a mail.
Yes, you are connected.
Yes.
Really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, I just want to share my experience. You know, I've done several jumps and in all kinds of different settings. You know, I've done it online. That was nice. You know, there was great effect. And also because you do it one-on-one, that's good. But done it also, you know, at the kitchen table. And this is something that we really would like to accomplish doing this because we want to reach out to at least 100 women. But this can go so fast. You know, if you do your jump with your partner this week, you can invite 6 of your friends or your neighbors or your colleagues for next week and do this jump at the kitchen table or, you know, in the boardroom or wherever you want to do it. And then it's easy, even with 6 people, it's really nice to do. And, you know, it always amazed me how people listen to each other, even if there are 6 people. And when the time comes when you have to shift seats and you have to pretend to be that other person, there's always something you've listened, you know, you've seen this person go through all these steps. And you know, you felt constantly like, oh, I would like to say this and I would like to say that, but you're not allowed.
Yes.
It's just that moment that you sit on that person's seat and that you say, okay, you know, this is the advice I'm going to give me as a person. So it's, you know, I've seen this happen in small rooms, big rooms, online, you know, 1,000 people. I've seen this happen, you know, in the football stadium. Do you remember that one? That was the first year in Eindhoven, in the PSV stadium, football stadium, that we did one. How many people were there? That was amazing.
Oh, 200.
Yeah, that was, you know, it doesn't matter where you are. And if you can get 200 women together next week, wherever you are, I think you can get Ineke, you know, you can ask her to join in online. But there are so many different settings, and that is actually also what I like about this method. It can be the 2 of you, it can be online, it can be your colleagues, it can be your friends, it can be any setting that you choose, and it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the name already says it, jump. So when you do try out the physical jump, you start with your body and you go like that. You cannot say, let's stop the jump. You need to finish it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we don't know exactly where we land. And that's also exciting. So the jump is an adventure. It brings you to yourself and to the other. It's really connected. So I hope you all have a great time doing the jump. Please reach out if you have questions, if something puzzles you or you think, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do it. Please reach out and I will get online with you and we will help you out and it will all work out fine.
Good.
And I think it would be nice to see each other again, to collect some insights or to collect some experiences. How about that? I think I like that idea.
Yeah.
Let's just set a date to do that. How about 26th of November at the end of the Economic Empowerment Month at 8 p.m. Central European time. How about that? We'll get back to you.
Yeah. There's one more question, Ineke, what I want to ask. For instance, I do the jump. Yeah, or Marta, she does it with her partner that you already assigned to her. And she says, okay, next week I'm going to have this group of 6 women here at my kitchen table. How do you know that there's a group of 6 women?
Marta needs to tell me.
Okay, there's no registration or something like that?
Just flip me a message somewhere in the internet, on Facebook, we are connected, or
make a picture.
Yeah.
I love women with pictures who jump. I love that.
Yeah.
No, I love it. Just reach out, because we have Facebook, we have our website, we have Instagram, everything. You can, if you Google jump movement, you find us. I love it to know how many people are jumping, and we know of 100,000. We are celebrating that on the 27th of November. This is our anniversary of 100,000 jump participants. So I am so proud.
Good. So we can all join you on the 27th.
Of course.
Yes.
Everybody can come.
Yes.
To Eindhoven in the student hotel in the afternoon between 2 and 4. So if you're here, you're welcome.
Great. Well, we're going to make sure that this will be online by tomorrow morning, so that we can, send everyone the link, and so that they can start jumping.
All right. So have fun.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ineke.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.